Alright, folks, welcome back. It is day 91 with Duolingo Chinese. 欢迎大家好. Welcome, welcome. Oh, it was tableware. Okay. Let's see how much. Oh, this one was tough. There's so much more vocabulary. It's like double the amount of vocabulary. Okay. Alright. Let's do our best. Unit 25. So let's start with the tableware, right? Cha. Xiao ji. Xiao ji. Zhou. Xiao. Xiao ji. Dou. No. Dao. Dao. One. 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 Probably one. Uh. Trying to think. Trying to think if it has a left radical or not. Hmm. I don't think it does. So we're just gonna assume it doesn't have a left radical. Probably gonna look okay. No, wait. Just kidding. Something like that. Kind of looks like a birthday cake. Let's try again. Well, could look better. Let's just look at it closely next time. Hanzi. Hanzi. Yeah, I think. Okay. 瓶子，瓶子，杯子，杯子。7. There's still one more. Whoops. Why? Why is it? Why is it? So we have fork, spoon, knife, fork, spoon, knife, bowl, plate, bottle, glass, and chopsticks. Okay. Okay. So now we gotta get creative. We have... Yeah. Yeah? I think this radical, it might be just one. Well, write the rest and see what it looks like. I think it is. We'll go with that. No. No, we're gonna stick with our first gut feeling. Okay. So, 德国 and 德国人. Do we remember this? Yeah, we do. Wait. Wrong radical. Right. 照片 办公室 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 Shit. Okay. All right. Where the hard part comes in, all right? Oops. No quarter. No quarter. Maybe not short quarter, actually. It's fine. Dongle. Dongle. Uh, y'all, y'all, y'all. I remember some of it. Okay, hold up. Oh, I remember it. Right. 样叫. Now we gotta remember like different sort of counters. Why? No. No. Oof. Hang on. I could do better than that. Oops. No. Shoo. Right. Shoo. Oh. Kind of want them separate. Shoo. Bird and tree. And G. Zhi. 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 The counter. Zhi. Shu. N. Okay. Oops. T 车 T 车 T 车 T 车 T 车亮 T 车 and then 亮 is the counter. I think there's one more. Yeah. Yeah. 桌子桌子桌桌子桌子桌子 and 桌子 I think 桌子Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. I think we nailed everything. I feel like there is something missing though. Oh. Uh. 只要 I think that's it. It wasn't actually that bad. Wasn't too bad. Grouping OP. What's 24? Is it really the restaurant chat? Oh. Tell time. Oh, it is the... No, it's not. Oh, tell time. Oh no. Okay. This one's kind of long. Zhi dian zhong. Oh. 10点差一刻。差一刻。Is that the right radical? Doesn't quite look right. You've started making dinner? Nice. What's for dinner tonight?现在6点 or 6点6点上课整 Oh, I didn't ever check if John had... Oh yeah, it does. Like that. Okay. Done. Chicken, mac and cheese, and green beans. I mean, that's solid. Solid comfort food. Okay. We have 很太 T 诶，叫到完了。I had to guess, right? No, that doesn't look right, does it? Nah, I think that's okay, right? Yeah. That's my gut. Meow. Yeah, meow. Eh. Wrong direction. 分钟。小时。Eh, it feels like your cat is trying to get my attention every time you say meow. Oh, my bad. Meow. Meow. Hmm. Okay. Right? Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, no. It's读 right 读中文出有一点难我错了，不会写，不会写会见老师。 这个题，是什么？意思。Okay, getting quicker at this. You're on unit 24 and you just threw a ice at me, and I'm like, don't I have a word for this? Yes, I have isai. Size. Some S size. Oh, S size. That it? Yeah, size. Yeah. Indeed. You do. I was told by Lotus and others that it's pretty common to use like esu saizu, esu saizu, emu saizu, and eru. I don't actually know. I guess eru saizu. Is that it? I think we're good. Yeah, we covered a lot. That's really quick. I think we're really hitting our stride now. Unless... Oh, okay. For a moment there, I thought I had the wrong unit. Okay. So what do we have? 时中课讲 right 讲读难思 okay 小小事分钟 let me just use random numbers. Okay, and then the one for late, 小 for early. Lots at the end. I mean,一定很晚很早几点太晚了太早会见错意思yes 意思不写 we have 写 in here too. Okay. Oh no. Yes. Yeah, we're good. Makes sense when big and small are so vague. Yeah. So yesterday's thing. Wait. Oh, I did miss one. I missed whatever this thing is. Oh, I missed two things. I know what there are. 啤酒 that's P. 啤酒 and 啤酒 and 瓜汁 Let's write them down. So, 瓜汁 juice, and then 啤酒. Jiao. Right? Okay. Those are the two that I missed. Outside that, we're pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Memory techniques unlocked. Okay. Alright, let's get to it.
我要一碗牛肉面。
We don't need拼音.
我要一碗牛肉面。
我要一碗牛肉面。我要一碗
牛肉面。我要一碗牛肉面。
Oh, and one is being used as a counter too. So many counters. Okay.
他的
他的爸爸
是
德国人。
德国人。
给我们3杯啤酒。
给我们三杯啤酒。3杯。
服务员，请给我们2碗米饭。
服务员，请给我们。请给我们。呢？
服务员，请给我们2碗米饭。2碗米饭。
对。
我们
想喝德国啤酒。
德国啤酒。
Okay, that's fine. I forgot to check if 德国 had the radical on the left. It's fine. I'm good.
我的妹妹很喜欢喝果汁。
我的妹妹很喜欢喝果汁。我的妹妹很喜欢喝果汁。
我会去超市买香蕉。
香蕉哦 ，bananas。
我会
去超市买
香蕉。我会去超市买香蕉。
Go to market to buy bananas.
这杯果汁是谁的？
Whose glass? 杯果汁。是杯果汁 ，OK。是杯。Yeah.
汁。
How many beers does she drink?
他
喝了几杯啤酒。
皮毒皮秒
Sorry， 秒
碗汁
碗
碗
南
皮碗整
之你想要 maybe 你想要什么果汁对我会去超市买香蕉
德国香蕉
讲他的猫吃了你的香蕉。Okay. His cat ate your banana. Oh, that's kind of weird. Sorry. Okay.
请给我们5个杯子。
请给我们五个杯子。五个杯子。请给我刀。Please give me a knife.
请给我刀。
给我一块咖啡蛋糕，谢谢。
给我一块给我一块蛋糕。
谢谢。
Oh gosh. Wait. Oh, 咖啡蛋糕。
请给我刀。
I was trying to restart the music. I bought 5 pieces of fruitcake.
我
买了5块
5块
水果蛋糕水果 fruit yeah
水果蛋糕。
你的盘子在桌子上。
你的盘子在桌子上。你的盘子在桌子上。
桌子上。
他
只要
半块
蛋糕。
他们要一个杯子和3个盘子。
Okay.
他们要3个
杯子。
他们要一个杯子和3个盘子。他们要一个杯子和3个盘子。
杯子。他要一个杯子。
杯子和3个盘子。他们要一个杯子和3个盘子。
Okay. You want 1 glass and 3 plates.
刀。 杯子
杯子
里
没有
没有水。
杯子里没有水。
高
Oops， 高
高快盘
盘 Whoops 盘
高
高
碗
盘
盘高
高
盘快之
快
快
刀牛肉
汽车、
出租车
羊肉、
蛋糕
蛋糕船
面条、地铁、出租
车。
给我一块咖啡蛋糕，谢谢。
给我
我给一块
块
咖啡
蛋糕，
谢谢。
That's kind of rough. Every time I hear gao, I think of go, which is a very subtle difference, but dango is my accent.
美国人用叉和勺子。
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 你会用筷子吗？
你会用筷子吗？ What? Oh yeah， 筷子吗？你会用筷子吗？
筷子妈，你会用筷子吗？
Chopsticks。
我们
只有筷子。
筷子
Womp womp。
酒店外有一辆出租车。
酒店
酒店外有一辆出租车。
一辆 OK。酒店What？ 你今天
酒店外有一辆出租车。酒店
酒店酒店
外
有
一
辆出租车。
酒店外有一辆出租车。
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 他的家旁边有一辆汽车。
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 Oops, to her nun, to her house. 他的家旁边有一辆汽车。
他的家旁边有一辆汽车。
我们
我们没有，
没有
我们没有刀
刀
刀和
和
刀和叉。
叉。
他最近买了一辆新汽车。他
今天
他最近买了一辆新汽车。
最近
最近
他最近买
了一
辆新
汽车。他最近买了一辆新汽车。
新汽车。他最近买了一辆新汽车。谁
要
叉？谁要叉？
叉少
羊肉。健康。果汁。办公室。
鸡肉。
现在办公室里没有人。
现在办公室里没有人。
叉少半高亮叉
这是你的勺子吗？
勺子
吗？ To extend them a lot more. 我的勺子在哪儿？在哪儿？我的勺子在哪儿？美国人用叉和勺子。对。
桌子上有2本书。
桌子上有2本书。OK， 桌子上有2本书。
这里有5张照片。
这里有5张 something flat objects 右边。这里有5张照片。
这里有5张照片。
这里有5张照片。
你的后面有一只可爱的鸟。
可爱的鸟 ，interesting。OK， 你的左边有椅子，一只可爱的鸟。Kind of rough. Sheesh. Okay. Sheesh. Okay. All right.
这里
Here, right. 这里有武将
照片
照片。
房间里有一张桌子。
房间里有一张桌子。一张桌子。
桌子。房间里有一张桌子。
房间里有一张桌子。桌子。There are no bottles in the water. Ugh, there are no water in the bottle. 瓶子里没有水。
树上有6只鸟。
树上有6只鸟。哦，树上有六只鸟。
6只鸟。树上有6只鸟。
树上有六只鸟。There are 6 birds in the tree.
上个月我一共看了9本书。
上个月我一共看了9本书。9本书。上个月
上个月我一共看了9本书。上个月我一共看了9本书。
上个月我一共看了9本书。
我们的办公室里有100本书。我们的
办公室有100
本书。
喂，办公里。
我们的办公室里有100本书。
我们的
办公室里有100本书。我们的办公室里有100本书。
室里有100本书。Wow, it was hard to hear the lead.
我们的办公室里有100本书。
办公室里有100本书。
停。
There are also 7 cats in a tree. Surely. No, I'm just kidding. Surely. 树上。
树上也有
Imagine having 7 cats in a tree. 树上也有7只猫。树下也有7只猫。Okay.
张
亮
之张
平
叉
猪肉，
猪肉，猪肉，
胖，
刀，
开始，
瓶子，
瓶子，
我们
我们的招聘，
照片，
哦耶，哎，胶片，我们的胶片，我的们的，Oh my gosh，我们的胶片，我们的胶片 on the computer。
电脑里有，电脑里
OK，
电脑里有
probably 电脑里有我们的照片，对 ，OK，
树上
有六只鸟。Okay. Holy, that's a lot of cat photos. Someone has a problem. I think Blair has a comment on this.
我的
我的手机里有1500猫的maybe 猫的照片。Oh, and I forgot
张猫
so 1500张一片500张猫的
照片。
That's a pretty complex sentence actually. Pretty reasonable though. Okay. All right.
给我一块咖啡蛋糕，谢谢。
给我，哎，呢？给我
一块，
给我一块咖啡蛋糕，蛋糕，谢谢。
蛋糕，
谢谢。
酒店外有一辆出租车。
酒店外有一辆出租车。
他的爸爸是德国人。
right。
他
的爸爸
是德国人。
这杯果汁是谁的？
这杯果汁是谁的？哎，这杯子， 果汁是谁的？
他的家旁边有一辆汽车。
他的家，
他的有
他的
家
家旁边。Oh, interesting.
旁边。
哦，他的
家旁边有一辆汽车。
他的家 what？
他的家旁边有一辆汽车。
Okay, sure.
他的家旁边有一辆汽车。
有一辆汽车。
他的家旁边有一辆汽车。
我们想喝德国啤酒。
我们想喝德国啤酒。
他最近买了一辆新汽车。他
最近买了一辆新汽车。
去年7月，我们去了德国旅游。
行。去年7月，我们去了德国旅游。对。
去年7月，我们去了德国旅游。
I don't know, I said 旅游。去年7月，我们去了德国。Oh, that's a way. Sure, that's a way to say that. 去年 maybe it's going from out to in. 去年7月，我们去了德国旅游。对。电脑里有我们的照片。电脑里有我们的照片。OK。我的手机里，我的手机里有1500
张猫
的
照片。
对，房间里有一张桌子。房间里有一张
桌子。
在房间里有。Oh, I had a problem with this yesterday. Okay, that's fine. 哎，
这里
这里
有
这里有武将，武将照片照片武
5张
武将
照片。
照片。Okay. All right, we have 15 minutes on the clock. Let's go. 啤酒，啤酒，
啤酒，
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 啤酒，啤酒，
啤酒，
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 啤酒。The pea juice.
碗，
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 碗，碗，
碗，
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 碗，碗。
碗，
I don't want to talk about it. Shh. No one will ever know. Okay. All right, one golden block. 香港.
香港，
And let me guess. 香蕉 what? 香港 again?
香港，香港，
Okay, it's for this character.
香港，
That didn't we receive originally was 香港.
香港，
But there's also
香港，
香蕉.
香港，
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 香港，香港，
Oops.
香港，
有一点儿，有一点儿。中国菜，中国菜，
中国菜，
有点儿，
有点儿，oops，有点儿，有点儿，
有点儿，
中国菜，
中国菜，
哦，
热牛奶，
热牛奶，热牛奶，
最爱，
有点儿，
有点儿，
不对，
对，
有点儿，
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 中国菜，
有点儿，
有点儿，
有点，有点儿，
中国
菜，
菜，
5
5点半， 6点半，美国
人，
中国菜，中国菜，
热牛奶，
热牛奶，
慢，可爱，有点儿，
中国
菜，
有点儿，
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 矮，
矮，
冰咖啡，
咖啡，
快，
快，
中国
菜，
蛋糕，
蛋糕，蛋糕，
蛋糕，
哎，we know. Whoops.
蛋糕
Really? Gonna do this?
蛋糕
Gonna do it like that?
蛋糕
Oops.
蛋糕
蛋糕
Yeah, it's a different stroke
蛋糕
order.
蛋糕
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 Eh,
蛋糕
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 盘子、
盘子、
盘子
Ooh, that's a little more leaning than I
盘子
thought.
盘子
That leans.
盘子
I like it.
盘子
I like the slight lean.
盘子
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 Alright.
刀、
So. So.
Dao.
Okay.
刀
More characters. I like it.
刀
刀
刀
Whoops.
刀刀
刀
刀
刀
It sounds like do. Do. Oh, wait. I wonder if we're gonna get do. Oh, okay.
蛋糕
Tango. Okay. Tango.
蛋糕
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 Mm-hmm.
蛋糕
Mm-hmm.
蛋糕
Yes. Whoops. Oops.
蛋糕
蛋糕
Oh, come on.
蛋糕
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 蛋糕 盘子
Hanzi. Hanzi.
盘子
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 Oops. Keep
盘
thinking
子
it's a lot less
Hanzi.
curled than that.
盘子
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 刀
So. So.
刀
刀
刀
刀
刀
刀
刀
I can get behind that. Tango.
蛋糕
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 盘子
Hanzi. Hanzi.
盘子
Hanzi.
盘子
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 Hanzi.
盘子
盘子
Hanzi. Whoops.
盘子
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 刀刀刀，这个声音。
刀
刀
刀
刀
刀
刀
Hasn't moving very much.
蛋糕
蛋糕
Excuse me.
蛋糕蛋糕
蛋糕
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 蛋糕蛋糕
蛋糕
Oh, there it is. 橡胶果汁
香蕉
香蕉
果汁
西瓜
，dang it， 西瓜，
菜单香蕉牛肉
香蕉香蕉果汁
香蕉
对，
鸡肉猪肉香蕉苹果果汁
果汁
鸡蛋羊肉
或者
苹果香蕉果汁
香蕉
果汁鸡蛋面包
热水
香蕉
Get more with soup.
Okay.
盘子
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 盘子盘子
盘子
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 We might be getting the other set.
水果
Okay. 果汁水果 Okay.
水果汁
果汁 Yikes.
水果
会见冰水
果汁
水果
水果果汁
果汁上海
I get that.
热水
水
果刀
刀
刀
刀
刀
Ooh. Okay.
蛋糕
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 蛋糕，蛋糕，
蛋糕，
蛋糕，
蛋糕，蛋糕，
蛋糕，
蛋糕，
Oops.
蛋糕，蛋糕，
蛋糕，
Okay. Now 15 minutes.
香港，
香港。
香蕉，
香港。
请看
香港。现在。
三克。
香蕉。
哦，香蕉。Oh, that kind of started me low. 对。
香蕉，
香蕉。香蕉。
香港，
香。
香港，香蕉，
香。
锻炼。
锻炼。
香蕉。
香港。
香港。上班。放学。
盘子，
盘子，
盘子。
盘子，
盘子，
Oops.
盘子，
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 盘子，盘子，
盘子，
All right, another gold button. Go. Go.
刀，
刀，
刀，刀，
刀，
刀，
Okay. Give me those gold buttons. Okay.
蛋糕，
蛋糕。蛋糕。
蛋
蛋糕，
蛋糕，
Oops.
蛋糕，蛋糕，
蛋糕，
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 蛋糕，蛋糕，
蛋糕，
Okay. Oh, come on. 德国。德国。啤酒。
啤酒。
Okay. 德国。
德国，
德国。
德国，
酒。
鸡蛋。
鸡蛋。
啤酒。
在家。
德国。印度。
德国，德国，
德国。
啤酒，
德国。
德国。
德。英国。德国。香蕉。中国。啤
酒。
啤酒，啤酒，
饮料。
饮料。
饮料。料。
啤酒。 酒店。德国。
在
家。
德国。
啤酒。酒店。
酒店。
德国。
Please know I streamed for 7 straight hours on Duolingo. No, I spent the first 3 hours reviewing a game called Elemental Exiles. Duolingo sessions are about 5 to 6 hours a day. Split between Chinese and Japanese.
德国。
德国。
羊肉。
羊肉。
印度。
How do I have the patience for that? Well, you don't need patience if you don't feel like it's if it's a task or a chore or something.
韩国。
德国。韩国。
韩国菜。哪国人？英国菜。
德国。韩
国。
德国。
德国。
韩国。
韩国。韩国。
德国。
哪国人？美国人。韩国菜。
韩国。德国。
Trying to learn Spanish and French right now? Oh, keep up the good work. How are you how are you engaging with Spanish and French at the same time? What suits your fancy?
中国菜。
德国。中国菜。
德国。
美国人。 北京菜、日本菜、中国
菜、德国、
德国、
德国、
中国菜、
中国菜、
德国、
德国的
美国人、哪国人、中国菜、韩国菜。
德国。
You switch between both languages each day. So like today I did Spanish for an hour. And today you did French. Oh, okay. So you're staggered. You can probably step up your game a little. You know, as long as you can keep consistent. No need to be on a racetrack and run yourself ragged. Whatever you can maintain sustainably is patience, I suppose. And you know, whatever you can maintain, but highly encouraged not to stretch yourself thin, leave room for opportunities. Have you gotten an opportunity to like engage using Spanish or French, or are you largely still input? The output every once in a while.
酒店。
啤酒。
啤酒。
酒店。
啤酒。酒店。身体。定位。
请进。
啤酒。
啤酒。
酒店。
店。
酒店。
啤酒。
酒。哎。
德国。酒店。啤酒。电脑。
几点？
Oh, you also watch your entire family Spanish, so you try to use it whenever you can. Oh, that's great. Still watch videos in Spanish too. That's awesome. I'm learning Chinese right now, but my family is Chinese. However, we speak Fujianese in the house. However, they listen to me, and I do too. So it's been my life for a while. Actually, both Japanese and Chinese. You listen to Chinese, and I listen to Chinese and Japanese. It's largely why now? Because I have time. How long have you been working at Spanish and French? It's nice to have family to try out all your Spanish, you know? 只要 7月
7月
只要
只要
7月 I don't know why they're grouped together.
请等7月3月只要请看
只要要
7月
只要
7月
想要只要
whoops
需要
6月
7月7月
How do you keep track of everything you learn and not forget what you learn, especially in a couple hours? I do like a form of recall every beginning and end. So most of the time, I guess the shortest answer I can give you is I don't stop thinking. So keeping track is relatively something that I don't necessarily keep track of, since I don't really stop thinking about them most of the time. However, there's SRS stuff. You recall it when you can, and then there's exercises that I do personally when I recall things. So I like review things on a writing basis. I tend to use writing and writing notes and whatnot as a way to recall them. So I regularly test and output. So that's kind of what I'm asking. Even learning French, I never really put time or effort into French. Generally speaking, I spend outputting. That's how I don't forget them most of the time. I output whenever I can. Although, Duolingo has certain SRS properties, and you complement the SRS properties that Duolingo doesn't have. Like reviewing every month or so. First you review like every week or so, then you review every month or so, and then it becomes like 2 months and 3 months, etc.
7月
7月
看看3月
明白
只要
只看要
看看只要6月
觉得
7月
You could probably review your family or friends every month if they can. That's not a bad idea. That's be great, right? And I guess the one thing to emphasize is when you learn something, it's great to keep track of the things you want to keep track of. So a lot of times there's this maybe overly concerned about remembering everything. And usually the things that you expend maybe too much extra effort in are the things you don't use. So oftentimes there's one has to keep in mind that the things that you choose are the things that are most important. So a lot of times when I'm like writing stories and doing memory tasks and connecting all the vocabulary, the ones that overlap the most are the things that I remember best and probably are the things I think about the most. So you don't have to necessarily know or try to keep track of things you may or may not have. And then you wait and you engage and interact with other people, then certain other new things will come about and frequently acquire them. At least that's how I would encourage I would encourage someone if they're really, really concerned about keeping track. The idea is probably keep track of the things that are important to you. So write a note or write a story. You'll probably figure out what words and stuff are very important. Right. Like 图书馆, for example, a library. I remember that, but I mean, the odds of me saying 图书馆 is kind of rare now. It's not going to come up that often. It's more like 电脑上 用电脑上网, like use a computer to go online. That's probably, those are the phrases that you would probably get used to. So not all there. The idea is you're picking, right? When you're playing when you're using like SRS or things to expose you to various vocabulary or pick up vlogs and YouTube and podcasts and stuff, you're trying to make them as personal as possible. Like put them into your life. Like, oh yeah, that phrase, I like that phrase. It's kind of like the kiddos these days picking up catchphrases from their favorite influence, right? The ones that are most relatable. You're there to interact and interact as much as you can, but really picking up the words and stuff that is very meaningful to you. But more likely, you won't have to keep track of them. They would be pretty effortless. Yeah, that's probably what I would say. Not necessarily keep track of them. I still try to keep track of as many things as possible. It would be unrealistic to say you can keep track of everything. You try though. Okay.
上个月
上个月7月上个月
12月7月椅子上几月上个月
How has Chinese been for me? I've been thinking of picking it up eventually. I really enjoy Chinese, especially if you are coming from Japanese. They're very related, so it's fun to cross them a lot of times for memory. But if you have English, Spanish, and French, Chinese will be pretty at home, really. Kind of nice. One of the comments, oftentimes it's like tonality, right? Tonality is a very common thing. Generally, and anyone who's like have exposed themselves to like listening to different sounds and in different languages, I think tonality is picked up pretty well and naturally, because you probably have witnessed yourself messing around with pronunciation at some point. And the more like you spend your time exploring different sounds, you kind of lock in the muscle memory, like how to get the sounds pretty well. I think the thing that's maybe is a little bit makes people insecure is those who haven't had any experience singing or listening to intonation, right? Intonation of other things. But yeah, give it a try. you know where to find me. I would love to see your experience grow as you're picking up Chinese. I eventually will pick up Spanish. Spanish is my third language of these. It's actually my second language, because I'm from since I grew up in the United States. It's usually Spanish, German, and French, and I actually spent multiple years with Spanish. But it's been over a decade since I formally learned Spanish, so we're gonna have a bunch of review before we get back up to speed. You probably do Chinese after you finish your gold mine, which is to learn every Romance language. Wow, quite a lot. Does that also include Latin in some way? Wait, yeah. Or are you talking about the existing macro language? I don't even know how many Romance languages there are. And even like, you said Spanish. Are we talking about Latina or like Catalan? Probably, you don't know yet. Are we talking about Spain Spanish? Are you doing dialectic differences too?
7月
7月
上个月
Okay, Latin America, Latina. Okay. Are you ever interested in doing dialectic things? Because that's kind of a lot of the things the nuance that lots of people get into when they start acquiring like a second or third language. They get a little bit invested in the dialectic differences in the regions. Like learning Japanese also implies that you'll get exposed to the dialectic differences in Japanese. In Chinese, there are quite a number of dialects that are related to Mandarin, but they're unintelligible. And I speak one of them. And Latin America, right? I learned Latin American Spanish as well, being from the United States. And whenever I listen to Catalan speakers, right, in Spain, that's a bit of a trip. It's a very humbling experience.
Yeah.
上个月 I remember back in the day, like, oh yeah, this sounds great, and then they gave us an example of Spain, and I think I got maybe like 30% of that.
7月
7月 So much to do in life. You mainly like how close the languages are, which makes me want to learn. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad to hear you know what you like. Oh. Glad to hear it. Italian and Spanish are extremely similar. They are. I get by guessing in Italian. I play like an older MMO, and usually most of it is European, and it's a mix of like Italian, Portuguese, Spanish speakers, and French. And kind of when Italian comes out, like you can kind of just go with it, just guess, since you're gonna be responding with like yes or no or so. You can kind of just go with it. Might as well learn Italian when you finish Spanish. I am principally going to rely on just those. So for me, it's gonna be Fujianese, Cantonese, Mandarin. Fujianese, Cantonese, Mandarin, Japanese, and Spanish. I'm largely, and then whatever exposure I have. Language learning itself, like the actual languages I learn, something that I'm interested in. Generally, the reason why I'm doing this and enjoying this is because of the learning process. So it's something to learn, as opposed to the actual thing. Like it's I have no goals, aspiration to acquire many languages. Just the languages that I've selected is because they're part of my life. I bump into Spanish speaking people a lot being in the United States, and my parents, other friends may end up speaking Mandarin and Cantonese every once in a while. Yep, that's pretty much it. Pragmatism, just pragmatic uses. And Japanese is because Japanese culture is part of my hobbies. Lots of part of my hobbies.
上海菜。
上海菜。
3月。椅子上。上个月。
上个月。
7月。
Spanish is 100% a very important language I should learn, but the other languages are mainly just to learn it. Ah, okay. Yeah, right now, I've answered. I probably, I don't know. I need to think of a more efficient way of saying. To demonstrate the reason why I'm not using whatever to learn language is, I want to demonstrate that learning something is not dependent on what you learn, how hard it is to learn, or etc. Like its relevance. Sometimes some people that I know and my best friends and stuff, learning something is the most rewarding part, is getting to learn something. I chose language learning because it is something I was able to stream. And it is also something that Duolingo has a wide breadth, right? For better or for worse, people who hate it, people who like it, who etc. There's a lot of relevance. And also, people like oftentimes learning a language is considered learning, while playing a game is considered playing a game. Actually, before I started language learning this year, like about over 6 months ago, I actually talked about video game as a method for learning, like demonstrating how to improve your critical thinking and problem solving skills, not just playing video, not necessarily focusing on the enjoyment aspect of video game, but enjoying how you learn things while playing the video. So now language learning is very appropriate because gamers don't really enjoy learning or thinking of it as learning. It's too effort. There's too much effort involved. So now language learning has been a very comfortable thing. A lot of people kind of think there's a lot of effort into language learning, and that's kind of how, and the rest is history. It's a lot easier to approach the cognitive dissonance that may come with understanding that pretty much anything you do in life, if it's alien, it's a learning experience. And you can choose to make it very positive, creative, and engaging, or you can view it as a problematic, energy hogging process, which I feel that is, in this day and age, I would say the vast majority of people have underdeveloped learning skills. Not that they need to develop learning skills, largely because they don't have to develop learning skills anymore past a certain point. Most of the time when you're watching YouTube and watching digital things, the learning part is done for you, not you acquiring and synthesizing and then creating new experiences from that. You are taking people's learning skills and they are removing that need for you to. You've been playing video games a lot too, so it would be a positive thing for you. Wouldn't mind spending hours on learning language than games, to be honest. I mean, they're one and the same for me. So I play video games whenever when people approach me with video game ideas and whatnot, and I approach them the very same way that I approach language learning. And it's become very real now, and I've gotten the opportunity to evaluate a game, approach a game, and then have it alongside language. Yeah. I tell people a lot of times when I was on the video game side, like, I don't really play video games for fun in the same way. It's not fun because it suits you and entertains you and makes you feel comfortable. It's fun when I get to learn something. And the thing I get to learn when I play video games is what developers are thinking when they are designing. The most complex, satisfying thing about playing video games is to try to figure out what the developer was thinking and then what everyone else thinks of it. Because people are fickle and they change, sway, and they have, so you're generally always on your toes when you're trying to figure out people, as opposed to the game itself. I think occasionally while the game can be incredibly intellectually invigorating when it comes to like intellectual stuff. Language learning, on the other hand, that is very intellectually stimulating. So I have no problems putting in long hours of language learning. Yep. Seems like enough content for a lifetime. I get to try out new things whenever I see fit. New strategies, new methods, new approaches, the next best thing. It just keeps going. You know?
7
7
月
What is this here?
7
7月6月
床找
找
7月
7
Are you in school at the moment? Seasonal? Are you post-school? In school? Are you pursuing like an academic career? Does language learning fit into that in any way? You already graduated
7
from like your GED? Sorry, I don't think that's really standardized. Like high school? College?
几月
Yeah.
号晚
7月
7
只要
只是
只要
不
只有只是
yeah
需要
想要
High school, golden college? Ooh, I'm excited for you. So you're when are you going to college? I'm excited for you. College is a beautiful time. A wonderful wonderful new chapter. Do you have any idea what suits you right now when you're heading off to college? It's a great way to sort of give you the flexibility of reinventing yourself. Are you like gonna go to college or are you going to commute to college? Music career, interesting. Duo's trying to trick you with verb types now, mostly just des and masho. Yeah, you finally got to the masho. Nice. Oh yeah, and the translation of des and masho can, the way they do it. You're in college. Okay, you're gonna go in college. Nice. Oh, it's such a different experience. It'll be exciting to hear what your thoughts on the first year of college. It's such a liberating experience. I mean, like, I don't know if you're as excited as I imagine college to be exciting, but it's the definitely a different chapter. And it's kind of very rare. It's a lot rarer nowadays, so that I hear like people who are online or integrated online to end up going to college, like in the actual college. They're usually commuting nowadays. So I think I don't want to hype it up too much, but college was definitely a market change in a lot of people's lives. So looking forward to hearing how your college experience changed. Is it this year? Like, as in, like, wait, are you about to leave for college? Because the incoming semester is happening around the world. Like, man. Or do you mean, I guess, unless, no, it has to be this one. No, not yet. I think it's gonna be the next semester. Oh, okay. Yeah, 1 semester. You have any idea what you want to do, like, to start off besides music? Like how you gonna go with the music career? What are you gonna start with? Music theory, performing arts? I actually have no idea how music careers work. Yeah, I don't know how that you go about that.
只
是 okay.
只要
只是
只要
需要
只有
只
是
Music production, okay, is what you choose. College I apply for. Music production, interesting. I imagine currently you have quite an interest in music production already. What inspired you for the music production route? Got any
办公室
current trending inspirations? 办公室
办公室
Okay, got her new character.
办公室
Sure.
办公室
办公室
You just like making, you just like music generally to make some. Have you already started
办公室
making music? Have you
办公室
was there
办
any
公室
interest in also doing like firsthand
办公室
musician, like picking up an instrument maybe,
办公室
or some cool music? I was a musician when I was in high school.
办公室
Not so much these
办公
days.
室
Not so much these.
办公室
Get more with Super.
Get more with soup.
办公室
You played multiple instruments and made some songs, just never released them. I see. Sounds like you know what you
办
want.
办公室
You have any
办公室
current music
办公
producers
室
or musicians
办公
that
室
you like?
办公室办公室办公室
办公室
办公室办公室
办公室
Don't worry, I won't tell if it's Taylor Swift. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Gen Z joke. Henry Mans is a composer. Oh wow, Mancini. Yeah, Mancini. I think I might have heard like one by the person. Like just one thing. Interesting. That's quite exotic, actually.
办公室
That's quite exotic. He's the guy who made the Pink Panther soundtrack. Yes. Then if it's also the Pink Panther sound. Oh, did you know that Pink Panther is being rebooted? I'm kind of curious if that's a very big coincidence, but I've actually come across it deals with like a director that I watched a recent movie. That director, one of the recent directors, has been picked for a Pink Panther coming back. Well, that is kind of nice. Composer, exotic. I like it.
英国人，办公室，
办公室，
办公室。
You played a lot of video games. I have to imagine you've listened to Nobuo Uematsu, right? At some
办
point,
公
right?
室，办公室，办公室，
办公室
办公室，
Played a lot of
办
wonderful
公室
soundtracks, and
办公室，
if I'm fairly like, I guess I'm more of a what do you call that? A pop culture person. Nobuo Uematsu. He was the long-standing composer for Final Fantasy
办公室，
until like pretty much one of the most iconic
Introducing the Duo.
when it comes to like Final Fantasy music. Like if you heard samples of like One Wing Angel or something, that's maybe like a kind of sort of like a mainstream orchestra or symphonic section playing certain things from like video game culture. It would probably be something by him. One Wing Angel is probably one of the pieces.
勺子，
勺子，
勺子，勺子，
Why are you so
勺子，
勺子
勺子，
勺子，
勺子
It's，fun to talk about soundtracks. I'm more like a very pop culture trendy kind of guy. So like Hans Zimmer and what is his? I think it's Hans Zimmer or Hans Zimmerman. I mean like that guy pretty much made a splash, right? I really like my cinema, so Hans Zimmer would probably be like, oh yeah, you gotta have heard at least a couple of the tracks from Hans Zimmer. Yeah. I'm generic like that, but man, you can't overlook his rebringing. He's like in my opinion, he brought back the appreciation, the new age contemporary appreciation for how much music composition can bring to like the cinema screen, right? There was a time for a while it's been, I mean, if you for a while it's just been like backdrop, like a lot of times the music fades to the background a lot of times, but Hans Zimmer, yeah, can't overlook that. Pretty OP.
勺子，
勺子，
勺子，勺子，勺子，
勺子
Yeah, the Interstellar soundtrack. I'm a sucker for pianists, like a lot of pianists who like do different takes and do like scale like chord swaps and stuff, and then making it epic. Like there's something about the composition a lot of times of Zimmer's work, you know. And then of course we have to give a nod to the composer of Lord of the Rings, I don't quite remember what the composer's name. I think it was Shore. Yes, Shore. Howard Shore. Definitely. I still remember playing Howard Shore's compositions when I was younger, in the orchestra.
办公室
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 What level would you say my Chinese and Japanese are at? My Japanese, we can use like the Western designation, A2, probably. Since you're probably more familiar with those skills. You're learning Romance languages. So A2 in Japanese, and yeah, actually A2 in both Japanese and Chinese. There's kind of different
办公室
different things that made them about the same.
办公室
办公室
办公室办公室
办公室
A2. A2. That's as conservative as I can get. I like giving conservative answers.
办公室
办公室
办公办公室
办公室
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 Do I only use Duolingo? No, I don't only use Duolingo. I largely stream Duolingo though.
办公室
It's very convenient to stream Duolingo.
办公室
Largely
办
because
公室
desktop app.
办公室
They have a social presence, and also
办公室
I stream on Twitch, and I have this compulsion to err on the side of safety, and it seems like Duolingo is more open as an organization to being able to. But generally speaking, this is one of many inputs that are available. The thing I can say though is in terms of SRS, largely is Duolingo. The vast majority of the SRS is Duolingo. For the time being.
叉
For the time being.
叉
It will naturally take its course at some point.
叉叉
But you know,
叉
we'll get there when we get there.
叉
For me, there's still 6 more months, 6 plus more months before Japanese and Chinese is filled.
叉
Right.
叉
And then it'll still be Duolingo because then I start Spanish. I'll actually start Spanish. So it's gonna be probably more than 6 before we complete the course. And then meanwhile, I'll be playing like video games in the languages wherever I can find. So we've so far I've explored 2 Japanese games, and they're curriculum based. Or not they're curriculum based, but they're Japanese learning games. There's one that is curriculum based that's like still working on its soft launch and is making its way into an international launch. So I'm integrating the whole video game gamification thing as a part of my language learning. So 2 worlds put together. It's always been that, actually. When I was in high school, edutainment games were a thing, and I'm glad to hear or see that edutainment is. You haven't thought of playing games in the language you're learning? Yeah, nowadays localizations, especially the macro languages, since you are learning only macro languages so far, you'll be able to find them very readily. In fact, I played a French game before. A couple. It was also a Russian game, actually. And then there's a fully Korean game. And lots of storytelling games that I play, they don't have any audio, so but most of them are localized into the macro language. So if you find a game that's probably in English, it's likely to be in Spanish. If you find a game that's initially in Japanese, you're likely to find it in Chinese and potentially Korean along with English. So you can play video games and integrate and expose yourself that way. So it took me roughly 195 days to be A2 in Japanese. I gonna say it probably took me like 60 or 70. I'm 60 or 70 days to be A2. However, I don't keep track of that thing. So the only thing I can be comfortable in saying is I'm in A2. Like I'm not A1. That's all I can really say. Until I can actually tell you for a fact that I am like not something, then that's probably, yeah. So that's all I can. I usually don't like to I usually don't like to do something that I have no data on. I can tell you though that the grammar, right, the grammar stuff that is being tested on on the Japanese scale, it's N5 through N1. I can tell you that whatever is like halfway through N4 is considered somewhere between A2 and B1. So it's hard to figure out what the grammar is. And in Chinese, I'm using a website that is partitioning the HSK level, which is the Chinese scale a lot of times, and into that. So I can confidently tell you that I know all the grammar rules of A1 and all the vocabulary that belongs to A1 in Chinese, which Chinese were at day 91. Duolingo actually surprisingly covers them at a pretty rapid rate at half the time because the course is half the length. So now this means that this is a literary comprehension, obviously, and literary comprehension and like ear training and input dependent training that has a very low association with output, like physical, the other form of output, like communication, cultural awareness, construction, right? So school I would say comfortably A1, A2, or like just A2 in general, like school related academics. And then when it comes to construction, I haven't done any yet, so I can't tell you anything. Like I haven't actually spent a day speaking to someone in the language. And I have to say that it's probably not much of a concern because largely I speak language in a manner that regardless if I'm competent or not, I typically construct the language. And not in the sense that I'm too concerned about being fluent or being accurate. I genuinely believe that if you're very comfortable in talking in general, regardless of what language you're using, if you go back, if you use Spanglish, right, for example, or Chinglish and things like that, if you're combining those things and you're very comfortable, that usually follows really well from high input based studies. If you're someone that struggles with like insecurities and things that prevent you or excuse you from interacting with like anyone, being able to problem solve while speaking, that's usually the place that I feel a lot of people encounter for them. I'm very used to speaking two languages, not being able to express entirely in one language. So it's pretty much every day. I speak to my parents in a language that can only be taught orally, where in my circumstance. So genuinely, I'm very much at home. If I have A1, if I'm around B1 at some point, just go willy-nilly, just throw out words, throw out sentences. Pretty common to do. I think a lot of times one of the largest hurdles because of this day and age is being comfortable with talking and interacting and problem solving while you're talking to someone, as opposed to studying and taking in information. Often constantly you're practicing taking in information, right, instead of exchanging information. I like to encourage, I like to believe that if someone, many people, maybe including myself, make it very comfortable and understanding that talking is a fantastically wonderful life experience, then language learning will be much less daunting over time. At least in my opinion. Take it back to the millennial age, as in like my generation, which admittedly, when you learn a language during my age, you have to talk to people. Like there wasn't like apps or these things. So I'm really grateful that there is something like Duolingo and Anki and all your other services, right? However, at the same time, it's a lot more easier, I would say, to take advantage of things like Duolingo, even if it's suboptimal, because there's no reliance on it. I learn language. This is like convenient. Duolingo is incredibly convenient. However, I learn language beyond Duolingo in the manner that I learned language originally. So, how much time do you think would suffice to learn a language quickly? Unfortunately, I can't answer that question. Language is, language, a focus on language and its speed is probably the least. So I haven't really focused on it. So I wouldn't be able to answer that question. There are quite a lot of people out there that have specific answers and qualities. If you're a person that is largely thinking about how quickly you can do something, I would be a little concerned from my perspective that language learning may suit you. Language learning is probably the closest thing to a life skill, and like one of the life skills, and oftentimes asking and being concerned with speed is probably going to be very, very tough. Makes sense. I'm going for more precision than haste. Yes. If you know where I'm coming from, you'll be just fine. In my opinion, you'll be wonderfully suited. You'll adjust however fast you can go, you'll go there. However slow you need to go, you'll go there. And that's kind of what I like about language learning as opposed to video games, right? Video games have a finite entry, so it becomes very, very difficult to speak to people like, oh, why aren't you like, you should be doing it this way because this is the fastest way, and you should be doing it this way because unfortunately I can't answer that question. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that will be able to answer or try to answer. Your goal is at least B2 in Spanish before you move on. That sounds solid. B2 is a great benchmark oftentimes for the foundations for conversationalism. In fact, I might even argue, since you have family that speaks Spanish, you can probably leverage from B1 and on with like engagement. It's wonderful to have other people to be able to interact with. I think B2, according to most people, is a great place to then transition into a natural learning process. Instead of hitting the SRS or the big a school-like environment, like a self-study like environment, using the language and learning use from comprehensible input with immersion, like, you know, immersion and comprehensible input is kind of like the vogue thing to do the moment you found enough foundation, which B2 seems like, I think that's the scale that that's when people go on and consume and learn from that. I tend to use my language to learn something else. So if I need to review video games and like do other things, I will try my best to do them in the target language because it has to become a part of your life. The sooner, in my opinion, the more natural, the more time you invest in making a life skill, which I do consider having another language a life skill, as part of your regular routine, and you can switch it back and forth and feeling comfortable with that. That is probably what I would describe as that quote unquote natural, the conversational state. I'm not going to use the F word. Fluency is unequivocally, unintentionally nebulous. So I probably won't say the word fluency, just something you're comfortable with. Like rarely do I not use Japanese and Chinese when I'm not studying. So if the stream goes off, it's not like I stop outputting Japanese and Chinese. I don't randomly just switch over to English mode or something. It's always there. Like half the things I watch are in Japanese. A quarter of the things I'm watching are in Chinese. Actually, right now it might be like half and half, and English is the thing I'm neglecting. I'm like watching maybe 15% of my time is in English. Right. And then when I'm watching Japanese, I'm using Chinese. Like I think of the Chinese stuff as I'm watching Japanese stuff. And then when I'm watching Chinese stuff, I'm thinking of the Japanese stuff because they naturally interact with each other. As opposed to English. And I've been making a lot of English errors though. They've been getting pretty bad.
勺子
勺子. So not only duo, but kind of only duo. 勺子.
勺子
勺子
勺子勺子勺子
勺子
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 It started with what other sources do I do? You know, YouTube, podcasts, vlogs. Usually vlogs, vloggers. I don't have a source of graded readers for Chinese, but in Japanese I have a source of graded readers. And then I don't need resources to use. I don't need resources to learn. I use my I use what I have to create things. And that is part of that's not learning, but practicing. So when I study, I break it up to learning and practicing. 晚上好 Grace, hello. 晚上好 How are you? How are you?
意大利
意大利 Wait. Oh no. Is it this direction? Yes.
香港
香港
Actually, I break up my days quite a lot from outputting. So, I guess the major source of input for now for Chinese is this. And my timetable is very wide and long. I think a lot of people move on really rapidly, and I don't. So, like, it's been less than 3 months in Chinese. There's no reason to be like, I don't have any hurry or speed to incorporate new resources. If you underutilize your current resources, it means you don't really understand how the resource. I do use another resource. I have I use the dictionary. Obviously, I use a online dictionary for Chinese, and I have a grammar source for Chinese. It's the grammar Wikipedia that is very, very well annotated. And for engagement, like other forms of engagements, comprehensible input can come from vlogs, largely vlogs. And in Japanese, there's also the additional resource of free grade reader and many other like forms of like game inputs. How's my studying going on today? It's actually going pretty well. You've caught me at a point of yapping again, but I think largely today we have been very focused. And our recall went well, so we recalled all the vocabulary, which that was kind of nice because I was kind of a little bit worried yesterday. I was very tired. I'm still quite tired today. We're gonna try not to end up being over midnight and get rested. But yeah, you know, you invested. I remember when you pointed out some of the counters, so that's kind of helpful, like 只, right? 只, or 只鸟, right? Or 鸟. Pretty nice. And now I'm having a candid conversation with an upcoming college student who is very interested in the romance language. Another student. I like talking to students. Quite nice. I especially inquisitive ones.
意
大利.
大利
It's not PM. I'm blind. I'm thinking of Gogo. Oh wait. I'm just now realizing that Gogo was there. The lights was. Oh yeah, Gogo. Yeah. No, that Blair. I totally did that before too. So Godo, when you're doing like about, and then Gogo when it's still in Hirakana. You don't have to worry about it once you get Gogo in kanji. Yet again, another fun thing where kanji can be like yeah. So what have you done? You got Migaku flashcard, tangible level. What is Migaku? Migaku flashcard. What is that?
人
意大利人。
意大利人。
香港。
香港。
今天。香港。长城。Oh yeah, 长城. I got the two reverse. 长城. 6. Wow, it's been a while for 长城. 意大利人. You're gonna go and practice Spanish now? You motivated me. I motivated you to practice for a while today? Awesome. Please no. Let's keep each other motivated. Alright? I'll come back and watch it now. Oh yeah, no worries. No obligations. I want to hear, like, here's a little challenge that I typically give people before they leave, right? I want you to be more interested in the things you learn and do. So if you whenever you're studying or going to school and stuff, ask yourself if anything interesting happened that you want to share and express it, and I would love to hear it. Because honestly, those things that you are willing to share and pay attention to, you'll probably remember. And I always like to encourage people to be willing to know that at least I'm interested. Because when someone is interested in what you're doing, like what you're practicing, even though they don't understand what they're doing, you can teach them something. And that, in my opinion, makes it feel nice. Keeps people motivated. And I would love to hear what interests you about your learning sessions and your study sessions. And I look forward to hearing how your freshman year, your first freshman year, like half semester of freshman year, will be like in university. We got plenty of time. I'll be here. So take care. Good luck with your Spanish studies. You'll have to educate me in Spanish like when it's probably around like 3 or 4 months down the road. I have a lot of Spanish people who like will be able to like just commentate. Good luck. Migaku is an app exchanging that records audio, vocabulary from the web or video and generate flashcards. Oh, interesting. Oh, so it's becoming manageable. Makes it very easy to create cards from TV shows you like. Ah, I see. Starting to really want to speed up the kanji process, it would just be easier at this point. Now I get why your Ida is rustier. Yeah. Kanji will make kana eventually rust pretty hard. For sure. It's a give or take, you know. I brush up on my kana maybe once every 30 or 2 months.
香港
And then whatever Duo does, right? Duo does it every once in a while. So not that it's important, like not that it's necessary for the player. However, I find it necessary, or I find it somewhat sufficient and necessary for my purpose. Yeah. 像
意大利
like my pinyin is terrible. Since I moved from double timing on kanji and hanzi, sometimes I'm like, is this the tone that I want? I don't even think about it anymore. Like when a new kanji vocabulary comes up, I don't even think about what it looks like in hiragana anymore. Every once in a while. Wait a minute. Let's pause for a moment. That's what I heard, I think. Can't keep it all in. All right. I'll try still though.
意大利
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 What kind of shows are you watching right now?
香港
I haven't had an opportunity to watch anything in a while, actually.
今天
今天 I have a mix of like talking to people in the evenings and whatnot right after stream. Come up multiple times. 今天
米饭意
意
大利
大利
香港明
天
意大利人，
意
大利
意大利
香港做饭明天加拿大
意大利
香港
I just need to touch those last 3 characters.
办公室
办公室
办公
办公室
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 There's a Chinese anime show called How Dare You you're really into right now? Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. All right. You think it would be considered isekai? It kind of looks like it because she's teleported. I just saw the synopsis. I just read the synopsis very quickly. Yeah. Have you watched Apothecary's Diary by any chance, Reese? People from the real world get thrown into a novel. The last thing that was related to like maybe a Chinese backdrop was Apothecary's Diary. At the interface of like anime and whatnot.
Cha.
Cha. Cha. Cha. Cha. Cha.
Cha.
Cha.
Cha.
You haven't? What's it about? Apothecary's Diary. I'm just kidding. I'm being sorry. It's about the female perspective in dynastic China. I don't quite know what the period piece is, but it takes place in the Forbidden City. Or like Forbidden Palace. Sorry. So it takes a place. It's more about apothecary, but it has like anime like dramatization, but it's more like a mystery sort of. But it takes in a backdrop of being in the Forbidden Palace. Yeah, it's one of the hits. It's one of the hits of recent years, or recent like within the last year. It's one of the big hits next to like Severin. There is quite a lot of like notes of Chinese like backdrop and stuff. I'm not entirely sure if there's a Chinese dub of it though. I watched it in Japanese. I'm not sure there is one. Yeah. I only mentioned it because when I was looking at your current "How dare you" thing, that's a really that's a really nice backdrop, and just so happens that I watched Apothecary's Diary because of someone else who was like really interested in pharmacy, but they also had an interest in men or like the Chinese backdrop. So something to look up. It's a very cute show. I mean, like cute as in still very adult oriented, but cute as in I like how not too serious. Like it could get pretty bad in that subject matter, but it does have a lot of meta cuts into Chinese background.
办公室.
It's more like a mystery thing. And like slightly a period piece. Slightly. 办公室.
办公室. 办公室. 办公室.
Low key, I'm probably gonna watch whatever. It looks like it's still airing, but I'm probably gonna dabble in your show here. It looks good too. It looks like it's doing pretty well.
办公室.
I like investing in shows. Like low key, I'm that guy. Like, give me 3 or 4 seasons, pretty nice. If I'm like really in a crunch, maybe those like single run things, like 24 episodes. But I really like long invested products.
办公室.
Like right now, I'm into The Bear quite a lot. You're gonna look up the Chinese dub if it exists? Yeah, exactly. I did watch Alice in Borderland. Yeah, I did watch Alice in Borderland. Both seasons. Yeah. Your favorite show? Oh, that's interesting. My of that subgenre? Of that subgenre. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. In that subgenre.
办公室
I can't for at the moment like
办公室
that's the
办公
most
室
recent one that I watch of that subgenre.
办公室，办公室，
勺子，
勺子，勺子，
勺子
勺子，
勺子，勺子，勺子，
I'm still
勺子，
like 2/3 the way through three body problem, the Mandarin three body problem, and it's because I've been really busy lately, so
勺子，
I'm either like eating or sleeping
勺子
at this point. But I'm 2/3 the way through the Mandarin three body problem. I think by the time I finish that, the second season of the Netflix's three body problems probably out.
办公室，
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 办公室
办公室，
办公室，办公室，办公室，
办公室，办公室，
办公室
You've missed a lot of Japanese media because of grad school and then after basically maintaining K-drama and C-drama. I see. I haven't watched a K-drama or C-drama in a while. There is one or two people mentioned. It's tough. Like, I'm like, I would love to keep doing more things. My eyes are like, you know, it would be okay. I'm not sure how old you are, Reese, but I recently watched a clip by another influencer who's like been doing something for a while, and he finally turned 38, and he made a comment like, you know, the time when you realize your body is just starting to give out, right? Like it's like your body doesn't get better, like it doesn't get more sturdier with each passing day, it gets less sturdy with each passing day. And I'm kind of feeling that. Like, as much as I keep wanting to expand and keep consuming more, it's almost like like, yeah, you're not getting any faster than you were yesterday. So nowadays I'm like, I'm prioritizing whenever someone's like really ecstatic about something. And luckily, when Afai's mentioned Alex in Borderland, I have seen Alex. Yeah, you already gone through it. Yeah. Understandable. It's like I'm still minusculely or like maintaining. So basically, like I'm old enough to just be maintaining. Like the goal now is to not wake up tomorrow lagging behind. To not wake up tomorrow being sadder than yesterday, kind of thing. It's constantly, if I get a little bit above, that's a silver lining.
叉，
I'm still like a 15 out of 10 when I get up though. So until it gets like below, you'll eventually probably know when I get below. That would mean like I would take a break from streaming or take a break from, right? I would be very transparent about it. It's like, hey guys, like I can no longer maintain. I don't have like steady stream of energy anymore, kind of thing. It's gonna be a little bit sad, but you know, I like to believe that by the time we get to that point, it'll be understandable. I'm still pretty good now. We're not saying like it's doom and gloom and it's gonna happen tomorrow.
叉
I want to be at least
叉
robustly enough
叉，叉，
to maybe raise a kid. you know?
叉
I'm not that old yet.
叉
At least physically. Mentally, I'm not so sure. I think I might be older mentally than I am physically. You're super into web novels? They're super entertaining? Web novels. Interesting. Can you give me an example of a web novel, please?
意大利人，
意大利人。英国人。
英国人，
意大利人。
意大利人，人，
英国人，
中国，
医生。
英
英
国
人。
人，
You used to be the last person out of the office and now sitting at my desk for 2 hours is unbearable. Yeah. Have I don't think I've ever... I'll take a look at this. Ooh, oh, interesting. I'll take a look at this. That's interesting. I'll take a look at this after a stream. I used to be that guy. I don't know if I've ever you were around when I talk about these stories, but I used to be that guy where I'm working at a lab, right? And labs are equipped with motion sensor. So when you move around, when people move around, the lights stay on at night, right? Like when it's dark. I'm that guy who like I start working and everyone leaves and suddenly the entire university is dark. And then the lights inside the lab times out because I haven't moved at my desk enough to trigger the light sensor. And I just continue to work with the light goes on. And I was a terrible enabler of my habits because I actually paid like a 30% extra rent so I could live right across the street from campus. So like, it doesn't matter how late I leave the office. It's across the street. That was you too at work? Yeah, like it didn't matter when I leave. Like sometimes I'd be like, okay, my reaction takes an hour. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna maybe eat something and then come back. So then I don't have to go back home. Like I don't have to go back. Like my lab, like my actual bench and work area probably has more things there than what's in my apartment now. Yeah, I was really married to the job. You requested a rolling chair just to keep the light on? Oh. Oh yeah. So the lab has like most wet labs have like concrete flooring, and so most of the chairs are rolling. It's just I still remember all those days. And like it's to the point where okay, it's about 2 hours and then there it goes, the light goes off. I'm like, okay, yep, that's the life. And you might be thinking like you know, oh, you must be exhausted. It was really exhausting, but I only have a smile on my face when I think about those things. Like I really love working. I was a very my former mentor, I was invited back. Everyone was invited back because my former mentor retired officially, and we all gave like a closing statement when we went over like the research that we did, you know, while we were in her lab and stuff. And I had this spiel near the end. It was improvised because I had no idea. People were supposed to prepare a closing statement, so I really just wanted to thank her. Like she allowed me to just collect data all the time. Like it didn't even matter if I published anything, or like what do you mean? There's no urgency, but there was an urgency to graduate. You had to publish something. But my first thought was like it was so much fun. Like it might sound like a crazy like thing that no one wants to do. Like who wants to stay in the lab and collect data all day and be alone and collect data all day and just collect data all day? Like I know I said it 3 times, but legitimately that's kind of how my life was. I was like, oh yeah, today let's go do as many more practical experiments as possible, and then you just collect all the data. It just sits there, like something about it just feels really good. And then it had to stop because the work-life balance was atrocious. It was my work-life balance was incredibly atrocious. I like could not maintain my body weight. I didn't eat well. I actually didn't. I just didn't eat. I barely drank during the day. I have no colleagues. No, like it was. In retrospect, even with the fondness of collecting data, it was a very unhealthy relationship. There are loads of web novels. You may not like this one, but you can check the website so you can check. Well, I'm interested in what it interests you. So the thing you linked to me was something that interests you, no? Because I'm not particularly interested in web novels in general. But if it's something that I can partake. Sometimes those people are so incredibly useful, like the people whose main enjoyment is creating spreadsheets. I know, right? But at school, especially since that data would eventually live on in another form. I know. I hope. I hope. You like Shadow Slave? I finished. I'm not sent over like a lot. Hold on. Yeah, sure. I'll see if I have to. You can DM me. Like you can leave it in the DMs. That's fine. And I will it will stay in there so I don't forget. I don't want to, like, sometimes I can forget and I accidentally like close a tab and stuff and get that stuff. So if you leave a DM, it will stay forever, or at least until you just, if you ever decide to delete it. 英国 so 英国人
意大利人
Life was so much simpler when you were young. Okay, all right. I'm gonna say this with a really large, wide breadth of swathing, you know, as general grain of salt as possible. When I was younger, because like some people would say, like, you're still young. Okay, when I was younger, it was so straightforward. It was so incredibly straightforward. You hit the ground running and you outlast everybody around you. that's like it's one of those things. Like I didn't have to convince people that I was hardworking. I literally am that guy who it is very difficult, in my opinion. Like, this might sound a little arrogant or something. It is very hard to not notice that I don't interact with anyone other than my work a lot of times. So I was that guy where some people feel concerned about, which I do see in other kids. I do see early signs of that, you know, 18-year-olds to 23-year-olds that legitimately are those incredibly hardworking people that will be maybe even become obsessive over like objective metrics and whatnot. So yeah, from my lens now, looking back at myself, I would also be concerned with myself. Like, I could understand why coworkers and families and stuff and members would invite me or attempt to invite me to ask how I'm doing, and you would get like the all right, I'm all right kind of thing, right? Because of obsessions, compulsions, and whatnot. It was pretty crazy lifestyle. I still smile about it though, because man, boy did I love working. I still love working now. I mean, although I'm being a little bit more disciplined these days.
人力大力人
I could easily run my I don't know, like there's no evidence, video evidence of this, but when I started streaming on Twitch, right, and then the moment I no longer had obligations, with my thesis or like my research and stuff, my average stream time right now, you think 8 hours, but my average stream time was 15 hours. 14 to 15 hours. I quite literally maybe eat online, and then I go to bed. And I never leave that position. My bed is always behind me. My bed is still behind me, by the way. Still here. And nowadays, though, I eat because my parents worry that I don't eat. And that's kind of how it was. Everything I did was obsessively unhealthy. And I can totally see that it's far more apparent, at least in my opinion. If you live through it, you catch the nuances. It's kind of like language learning, right? If you go to if you go to Japan or you go to China and you like bask in its immersion, you catch the nuances even intuitively. It becomes pretty obvious. Well, my life's experience, I'm going to leverage that. I know what it's like to absolutely go balls to the walls on things, and there's not a lot of it is going to stick after a while. It will, like, I don't want to be too negative and deterministic about it, but eventually those wheels are going to come off and you need to make a pit stop. How violent that pit stop is very dependent on how fast you're going. And boy howdy, I wasn't on a car, I was on a rocket ship. So it definitely came to a halt pretty quick. It's one of those things, you look in the mirror one day and it's like, wow, you look like someone who hasn't eaten for 3 weeks. Like, yeah. Luckily I was at least disciplined enough not to end up in a hospital at some point, or in a therapist's office trying to overcome some sort of unhealthy compulsion. I count my good graces that I've been surrounded with very, very, I say it all the time to people. You can't put a price on a support system. You really can't. You can be the most successful, hardworking person. You could, like, the face of this planet, but it's not sustainable without, like, other people's, like, interpersonal skills. People that can support you. I'm gonna burn really hard. Sorry, that sounded a little bit morbid, but I was trying to make it sound very encouraging. You sent me 6 DMs? Alright, I'll check them out after stream. Yeah.
英国人
No worries. Okay, my next a little.
医生，
医生，
意大利人，
英国人，
英国人。This mortal body, I tell you, you have one body, a mortal body.
美国，
美国
人。
Get more with super.
Like, here's one. I'm not sure if Blair and you, Reese, agrees, or Afaiz. Afaiz is a bit on the younger side right now. When I was younger, like my friends, eating was a chore. When I hear that coming from, like, the vast majority of Gen Zs right now, like the people that I have interacted with, when they said, like, yeah, don't you just wish you don't have to eat? Like, you spend like 2 hours wasted eating. That was me. That was me back then. Meanwhile, my colleagues were like, oh yeah, let's hit up the next place. Let's just spend the weekend, chilling and having some drinks. And my thought was like, wow, what a waste of time. I can earnestly say that with like a straight face now, because I can't possibly ever encourage someone to get into that state of mind. One of the many pleasures of being a living organism, especially a human being, is getting the privilege to experience eating, the thing that you kind of have to do. So not dedicating at least some time to maximizing or at least liberating some benefits from the activity of eating and sleeping. Man, when I was younger, I thought sleeping was overrated. Like, I thought sleeping takes away from performance, but I mean, in the long run, it actually aids in performance. I actually firmly do. However, if you spend a full lifetime neglecting sleeping and eating, it is astronomically. It continues to become harder and harder if the longer you make. It is so hard to break the habit of sidelining sleep hygiene, fitness, diet if you spend so long not even considering it being valuable. You still feel that sometimes when you're deeply depressed. I understand. I definitely understand. In fact, I don't know what people call this. Maybe a psychologist or a psychiatrist might be able to identify it in a more technical term. I had functional depression. Like, what I mean is, I was depressed. I was incredibly depressed. However, I was so functional that I didn't even have time to know how depressed I was. And I think lots of times there's varying extents of this. You're depressed, so you keep yourself productive. You're depressed, you continue to keep yourself productive. You get even deeper in depression. You work even harder to distract yourself from the depression. So I don't know what the fancy term is, but I'm gonna stick with functional depression. It's a vicious cycle. You feel more depressed because you're void of contact and whatnot, so you work harder to forget about it. As opposed to like drinking. A lot of people would, this is a little bit dark. Sorry for the morbidity, but other people have different types of coping mechanisms, right? You escape to video game and then you just drown yourself in video game, something. Or dare I say, you go to drinking. Those are a very medicative, self-medicating kind of type of coping mechanism. I drowned myself in work. That's how I address depression. From a very young age, in order to not worry about bullying and like discrimination and being like treated like a second-class citizen and all that, and being worried about insecurities and all that stuff, I just worked harder. That's how that looks like. I compensated by working even harder. It blocks everything else out. And I actually genuinely think that is kind of not exactly the same, but I think a lot of people who are used to being overstimulated on the internet is using that type of same thing. Keep stimulating yourself so that you don't have to address what's making you depressed. You cloud it by self-medicating, basically. So like, how do you address depression? Well, using something else to provide dopamine isn't functionally addressing the source of depression. So it's more like medication. It's self-medicating. This is not professional advice. Just think about it for a moment. And if you fit in any of these categories, I hope that you have access to a support system or a therapist, right? It's not great when you're quote unquote a substance abuse or behavioral coping abuse. Vicious cycles come in many forms now. It can be doom scrolling. Like, you have no idea what is motivating the doom scrolling. Some people say like, oh, you're just lazy or complacent, but this person could just be compensating for avoidance behavior and whatnot. It's a very vicious cycle. I decide to choose work. Work is what makes me less depressed. Or less depressed as in work compensated for my depression. And nowadays, doom scrolling is compensating for people's source of depression or source of negativity, as opposed to addressing. So it's kind of like, as opposed to drinking alcohol, I suppose doom scrolling doesn't have as much of a physical like it's not stigmatized as much because it doesn't have very physical properties. But that's kind of it. Yeah, your food appreciation came late for you, but mostly because you were always broke. Yeah, that's understandable. It is one thing to not have accessibility, right? Because accessibility, that's how come like fast food has become so industrializedly efficient, because in the long run, I know this is going to sound like a really, really thin silver line, but I'm grateful for fast food because there are times when I think, well, food is just expensive in general. And yes, it will cost the utility of your body, but at that moment, that fast food provides something. And it's not that much better than clouding and compensating for your source of depression, right? Like, for example, someone just buys more things in order to feel better, and the thing that is causing them to feel bad continues to get bigger. That's probably an episode of Hoarders. I'm just saying. So, happy thoughts. I really would love to know the answers and like be able to just snap my finger and wish people's depression away. And then like, or more, even less than wishing their depression away, more like granting them the skills and conditions to address any potential sources of persistent and growing negativity. When you can check and meet your depression, like maintain and discipline and create that source, maintaining that negative source, then that is something that I hope most people have. I think in this day and age, there's not a lot of awareness for that. There's even less so. I mean, some countries culturally ignore that. So, and they still are very functional. I'm just not that type of person that would like to see who is clearly compensating for their negativity by drowning it in something else. I mean, it's enough for that, and I hope that they don't. But drinking is a big one. Drinking is definitely a big one. Smoking is also a big one. Not that it's as big now. And the irony here is it's not like the human condition just magically improved. It's a human condition thing. So it's not like it's gonna go anywhere. The idea is now it has changed faces. Like if kids now are really convinced that you don't smoke, you don't drink, awesome, right? That's great. It keeps them from substance abuse. But now, in my opinion, there's a substitution. Social media. Doom scrolling. There is still a substitution that's making them progress, like making people less and less functional. So. Sorry, I really like yapping about this stuff because I don't think there's enough of it. And it's not like a stigma or anything. Like, I earnestly think you become much, much stronger if you can if you're able to address those things. Like, it's not being weaker. You don't get weaker by knowing these things. For sure, in my opinion. It's kind of a weird thing.
勺子，
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 勺子，勺子，勺子，
勺子，
勺子，勺子。
勺
This
子，
probably will cut very deep, but there are many more dimensions of how mental fatigue can impact your physical body and your choices than simply being physically exhausted. And that is what is very crazy and scary about it. someone who's very high-strung and vulnerable can lead to very unpredictable consequences, as opposed to like, you know, going out and running and then suddenly being tired, right? Right, physical demand.
办公室
Sorry, I'm sounding really dramatic. We're gonna dial it down back. Dial it back. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. Sorry.
办公室办公室
办公室
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 Happy thoughts.
办公室
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 办公室办公室
办公室
Oh, hello there, Escape. How are you? How's school going, Escape? Artie? Yes, 好久不见。好久不见。几点钟？德国人，德国人 I said day， 德国人，
德国人，
几点钟？
几点钟？ Oh, I got the tone wrong.
9点半
9点半。Oh,
几点钟？
It's going well. It's going well. You gotta give me more, Parthi. You gotta give me more, Parthi. Come on. You gotta make your life sound interesting. I want to believe it. Come on, tell me something interesting. Since the last time we spoke, there gotta be some sort of memory. You went to the beach today. Dang. Is this still nice? Like, what is the beach like right now where you are? It's getting a little nippier over here, and I'm in a landlocked place, so the closest thing you can get is a lake. Let's see. Okay, 德国人。
5点半。几岁？
几岁？
几点钟？德国人，美国人。
几点钟？几点钟？
It's pretty good, but I saw glass from the waves in the sand? Okay, that's kind of sus. Are you more of a footwear kind of? It was wow, you saw glass. Oh no. Oh no, that's a little concerning. Yeah, it's wild and concerning indeed. Well, I'm sure I imagine you made it out unscathed. What was the occasion? You just wanted to go to the beach? Are you like that cool of a cool cat where you just like, hey, you know, I got the chill life. I can just visit the beach whenever I want. Don't worry. I'm okay if you flex that. I think you can definitely flex that.
德国人
Your mother was meeting with a friend? Oh, okay.
几点钟？几点？9点半。
9点。
中国人。德国人。
I'm glad you got a chance at Newport for 2 days. Oh. No, I'm not so great with Newport, but that's Rhode Island, right? Ooh. Makes sense. The beach checks out.
几点钟？
几点钟？
有点儿。
德国人。
德国人。 Today you went to Venice? Like Venice?
6点半。
6点半。Wow. Dang. Wait, so you just nonchalantly also traveled across seas? Dang.
5点半。几点钟？英国人。
That is eventful. That is very eventful.
德国人。
How's Venice? How's Venice?
几点钟？
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 德国人。
德国人。
6点半。
6点半。
美国人。
美国人。
1点
半。Oh, they're both in California. Oh. Listen, Parthy. Alright, listen, Parthy. I was not even in the same geographical position. I was talking about Newport, Rhode Island. And then I thought you were talking about Venice, Italy. Okay. Oh, okay, California. Ah, I see. Alright. Sorry. My headspace is not in the right place. Okay. Alright, cool. I see. So kind of like a road trip dealy? Maybe? Oh, I'm back in my traveling era for a bit. Ah, I see. Okay. Well, that's lovely. Kinda nice. Doing a little bit of traveling.
叉
I get to do a little bit of traveling soon for a wedding. Not too bad too. You're visiting your family in Vancouver. Ah. Wait, you're Canadian? Arthi?
办公室
I don't know. I'm gonna have to say
办公室
I have a word for you. Being Canadian.
办公室
I'm just kidding.
办公室
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 Vancouver.
办公室
I have not been to Vancouver before. Just Toronto and Montreal twice.
后面勺子
勺子
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 I'm going to go now, so have a great day. Yeah, enjoy, Parthy. Bring back some memories. I want to hear some stories. You know? Good luck. Until next time.
叉
叉
叉
叉
叉
叉
叉
叉
Get more with Super.
Get more with soup. Okay, we gotta touch these last 3 characters, right?
韩国菜
Come on. 德国人
德国人
Come on.
英国人。哪国人？韩国菜。英国菜。德国
人。
德国人
Okay. 德国人。
韩国菜
韩国菜。
韩 国菜
德国人。
Okay,
北京菜。哪国人？德国人。中国菜。韩
国菜。One. We're close.
英国菜
菜。Okay, 德国人。德国人。中国菜。
北京菜。英国菜。英国人。美国人。德国人。
Okay.
德国人。
英国菜
菜。英国。
美英国人。
菜。
人菜。
德国人。
德。
英国菜。英国人。纽约人。哪国人？德
国人。中国菜。哪国菜？
德国人。
德国人。Whoops. 中国菜。
上海菜。英国菜。英国人。德国人。
德国人。
中国
菜。
德国人。
国人。
中国菜。
中国
菜。
德国人。
Hello there, XD. Hello.
哪国人？
How are you?
北京菜。韩国菜。德国人。中
国菜。
人。
意大利人。
人。和我。意大利人。
意大利。Okay.
意大利人。
Okay. 意大利人。
人。
Sure.
人。意大利人。
Okay.
英国人。
意大利人。
冰。Oops.
人。茶。
Okay. We gotta get to the last things.
英国人。
国人。加拿大人。
加拿大人。
英国人。Okay.
英国人。
英国人。加拿大人。
加拿大人。中国。加拿大人。加
拿大人。
Okay. 加拿大人。
英国人。
人。Okay.
英国人。
加拿大人。
对。
意大利人。
英国人。
中国。英国。
加拿大人。Okay. Come on, give it to me. 公共汽车。几点钟？
几点钟？
对。
公共汽车。
对。
公共汽车。
几点钟？ Wow, that was a little confusing.
5点半。出租车站。
出租车站。Whoops.
几点钟？
定位。
公共汽
车。
公共汽车。
What is the meaning of? Like a country bumpkin, like someone a simpleton. In a way, it's kind of derogatory. Well, it's kind of derogatory, but it's like someone who's like simple and not intelligent, like a country bumpkin. But that one is a bit of like it's quite informal. Kind of like calling someone a pleb to some extent. So someone who's unrefined, rustic, a simpleton. I'm not sure what the state of that word is now. Like how it's pictured or used anymore. I'm not entirely sure.
公共汽车
公共汽车. It's often used back in the day to be insulting someone of a lower status or of a lower intelligence.
公
公共汽车
共
公共汽车
汽车
几点钟
几点钟？
公共汽车，
公共汽车
公共
let's see
星期几？
星期几？
下个星期
下个星期
几点钟？公共汽车
I should come across that. Kind of. So we have to be careful. Kind of. But some in the most reasonable and safe way is to say that someone lives a very simple life. Like they're very simple and unintelligent. That's why like that term is very flexible, and it could be it's a very informal word. It's a very informal word.
手机号码
手机号码
几点钟？
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 9点半
9点半 Dang it.
出租车站几点钟？怎么走？公共汽
车 That's how they named a radical? Wait a minute. Who wears mullets typically? That would be yeah, kind of. It's like countryside stuff. Everyone has their version. Rustic. Country bumpkin. Country bumpkin is more of a euphemism. A country bumpkin.
公车
公共
车
公共汽车
汽雨
车
9点半
9点半
几点钟？出租车站
定位
公共汽
车 Come on, give me it. 人 again.
加拿大人
Come on.
加拿大人意大利人人和
英国人加拿大人
拿大人
加拿大人
人
加拿大
Come on.
他冰人
I almost said 冰的 as in like ice 的冰的 Oh my gosh, okay.
英国人
加拿大人
Get more
with soup. Okay, come on. What? 中国人 Okay. 纽约人 Alright. 中国人 Alright.
哪国人？英国人、纽约人、美国人、中
国人 Okay, alright. I get it.
约人
Okay. 纽约人
中国人
Okay. Alright.
中国人
纽约人
Yes.
中国人、哪国人、纽约人、美国人、英国人。
Alright, cool. Thanks. So now I know I shouldn't say yeah. It's very unlikely to be viewed as something polite. Maybe in a comedy situation, like when someone is like talking in a comedy, that's probably when you can probably go with it. Like for example, a redneck joke or something. Sometimes comedies can be it really like a deep cut, and you can probably hear it, then that's probably a situation where you will probably encounter use of that. I generally call people like more like rustic and very elegantly simple. Like it's nice to live in a countryside. Like I really like sometimes to unwind and live a simple life, like be a country bumpkin kind of thing. And then the other word, that word specifically, is highlighting all the like it's often used in a way to highlight all the undesirable quality of being like a country person living in the country. Like they aren't really, for example, it implies something, they're not really well educated, they view the world very in a narrow field, and that kind of thing. Ignorance is bliss kind of thing, but not in a very positive way.
美国人
美国人 I don't know if it's changed though. It's been a long time since I heard someone coming across that term. It's pretty old. I think it's a fairly old term. That doesn't help that I spend most of my time on the internet, so that might it might still be a thing if you go to like places. That can be that can very much happen.
家人
家人美国人 Okay.
加拿大人
Okay.
英国人、纽约人、
家人
美
国人 Okay, what is up with all this family stuff?
家人
Okay, 家人
美国人
Okay, 美国人
美国人
家人
Oops.
英国人、
英国人
纽约人、
家人
美国人、
国
Okay. What is going on? Give me the last one. Oh my gosh, 纽约人 and 家人 again. Okay, 纽约人
哪国人、纽约人、
家人人
英国人。
Okay. Okay.
家
Okay, 家人
纽约人
Okay.
约纽
Oops.
纽人
Okay.
英国人、哪国人、
家人
纽约人、美国。
What the?
中国
中国人
家
人 How many of these are we going through?
英国人、中国人、美国人、
家人
哪
国人 Okay.
家
Be right.
中国人
Just kidding. 中国人
中国人
家人
家
纽约人、中国人、哪国人、
家人
美
国人 Okay. What the? 西班牙人 Oh my gosh, dude.
德国人
德国人 Okay. 西班牙人
西班牙人、
家人下班
Okay.
德国人、
德国人美国人德国人
德国人
德国人
西班牙
人西班牙
西
人
班
牙
人
德国人
德国人德
上班
哪国人、英国人、德国人、
西班牙人 Okay. That's gotta be the last one, right? Okay. Okay. 交着下勾着下勾着下勾着下 sorry 勾着下 Right? Okay. 呃房间里
房间里，
桌子下
桌子下，
桌子下
桌子
房间里
桌子
下
下椅子下，
洗手间
房间里，桌子上，
桌子下，桌子下，
房间里
桌子下，
桌子下
桌子下，
下个月
椅子下，房间里，椅子上，
房间里，房间里，
椅子下，房间里，桌子下，桌子上，椅子
上
桌子
下，
房间里，
桌子
椅子上，
椅子上
椅子下，桌子下。
Oh wait, I think we found it. Wait. 杯子蛋糕 again 杯子蛋糕
杯子蛋糕
热水，
桌子盘子
杯子
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 蛋糕
杯子
杯子
杯
裤子
盘子杯子蔬菜蛋糕
蛋糕蛋糕
椅子电脑面条蛋糕杯子
杯子
蛋糕点菜
呢点菜
汽车杯子电脑
Oh my gosh. Okay. I think it's now, right?
桌子
Oh no. 杯子桌子房子杯子
盘子
and
裤子
Okay.
杯子
Okay.
桌子
桌子
杯子
Whoops.
杯子桌子盘子
椅子下，
房子
That's a lot of this. 杯
骂
杯 What? Okay.
杯我骂客冰
杯
杯
This is from previous
杯
chapter.
汤
骂
药加
加
杯
妈
杯药妈他 买
杯
汤和人马杯
Come on，鸡蛋蛋糕，鸡蛋
午饭
不对，
鸡蛋电脑蛋
糕
鸡蛋
鸡
蛋糕
认识蛋糕纽约
很晚，
鸡蛋
对 Come on， 刀快刀刀快钱 It's kind of hard to see 钱门刀
万
刀
okay
刀
okay
叉
刀
门带快刀快带碗叉
刀
快
十
门带刀
Okay. All right, we got another.
树
Ah, there it is. 树 tree 树 Let's shoe it up.
树
I favor the key though.
树
The key.
树
Why
树
is shoe like this?
树
树
树
树
Oops.
树
I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
鸟
Okay, 鸟. All right, 鸟. We got 鸟.
鸟
We did it.
鸟
We're here.
鸟
鸟
鸟
Oops.
鸟
Man, that is so uncomfortable.
鸟
鸟
鸟鸟
鸟
And give me in. No? 请进
请进，
椅子
请进，请坐，
椅子电话桌子
椅子
椅子
请进
椅子
请坐，
裤子
请进，
儿子，
椅子，
请进，请进，
电脑，帮助，冰箱，
请进，
椅子，
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 帮助，
帮助，
冰箱，
冰箱，
椅子，
请进，
电，
桌子，
桌子。So what is departure? To leave. Like when you're leaving, I'm departing. My departure. Oh, when a plane takes off, it's a departure. Yeah. You have like departure times and arrival times. You arrive a place, so you're arriving to a place, and then you're departing from a place.
树
Ooh. Ooh. Wait. No, yeah, 树.
树，
Yeah, I always thought of kimas, right? Kimas and ikimas. Kimas and ikimas.
树，
Iku and kiru. Arrive and departuring. As like one of the basic ones. It's
树
not quite
树
perfect, but kind of used.
树
树
树
树，
Ooh.
树，树，
Come on, give me the
照片。
last one. Oh, there it is. 照片. We got it. 照片.
照片
We made it. 片.
照片
We made it.
照片
照片
片.
照片
片.
照片，照片，
片.
照片，
照片照片
Kata. Just kidding.
照片
片.
照片
Alright. Alright, we did it. Went a little over. That's okay. Worth the yap. Every moment. It's worth the yap. Although I do need... We're gonna retire early today into the beds. Tomorrow... That's a take-home message, right? I always love hearing people's experiences. I like to encourage people to come by and tell me and flex on me with their wonderful lives. Flex on me how it's boring as well, you know? Like let's make it a competition. But as long as the competition makes you feel great and interesting about your own life, that's probably pretty nice. I'm gonna be all up in that business. Life is interesting, you know, to you as well. I think there's something to be said about, okay, all right, here's the closing message, right? There is humility in things. There's also charisma. When you can make your life sound interesting and inspiring, but not trying to like juxtapose and make others feel insignificant, that's when you hit charisma, right? That is the charisma point. So yes, it can be a little bit off-putting at first, like you know, when some people says, oh yeah, I don't like talking about myself because people tell me that if you talk about yourself too much, you seem like arrogant and stuff. Like there's a in my opinion, you don't really get practice at talking about yourself if you don't practice it, right? And then when time comes when you have to like get a job interview or someone asks you to summarize an opportunity, like we're interested in you, how can you summarize yourself in a little bit, right? Make yourself seem charismatic but not overconfident. And all that deals with communication still. So like Japanese learning, right? Learning a Japanese language or the Chinese language, in the long run, with all the input in the world, there are going to be feedback and stuff, that nuances that you gather when you interact environment, right? There's a great deal of intuition. So, yes, I'm saying I don't mind if you go and practice your flexing skills on me, right? Like, I personally, it might sound like a weird thing, but if there's anyone that, if there's any stranger, at least in my opinion, that is kind of qualified in being humbled and being okay with some other people being really absorbed in themselves, and then also being willing to be open on hearing some feedbacks and stuff, it's very hard to talk about yourself in a way that is functional, pragmatic, and also compassionate. And without practicing, you got to start somewhere. Oftentimes, in my opinion, the first time when you have to do that is the time when it is very important to you, like getting a job that you really like. And honestly, once again, I usually talk about this a lot when it comes to anything when you learn, like language learning. I usually do things when it's trivial, so it has low risk, and it's generally a great time to practice, even if it's not necessarily the natural state of things. Like, for example, you can still practice certain things while waiting for the real thing, for an opportunity. So I do that every time. I'm doing it right now. Like, yes, I'm in no hurry to like dive in the deep end, move to Japan and do the whole thing, right? And I don't think I will, possibly. That doesn't stop me from trying. And when you practice and whatnot, it provides security. Some people might say, oh, it might give you a false sense of security. I'm like, certainly, that is a way that it can do that. However, if you don't do it at all, then you don't even have security or a false sense of security. You have nothing. Like, you don't have any practice. And it is very, very, in my opinion, it's quite clear when there's someone who knows a lot but has a very under-practiced ability to practice, like to express themselves without being arrogant. Like, there is something to be said that thankfully, you know, for languages and stuff, you kind of learn that all over again. When you're learning Japanese, you kind of learn the idea of being polite and being cognizant of that. But meanwhile, it is very jarring and telling when someone speaks in their common language, English, and sound like a buffoon who is arrogant and self-absorbed, and then meanwhile giving advice on how to be polite and respectful in a different language. It's not very transferable a lot of times. It can be almost brutally jarring. Like, you could sound, and yes, I get it, sometimes people mannerisms and personalities change almost very noticeably when they switch languages. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Sometimes people are very great at compartmentalizing, but I really want to encourage people as a take-home message. You can breathe and integrate things. I honestly think English, since English is far more diverse when it comes to users, you can adapt what you like or maybe is doing well with a secondary language, and then you apply to it. The question is, can you express it English in a manner that represents the Japanese punctuality? And I would say no, you can't necessarily do it one-to-one, but you can certainly do it in a different way. So how do you sound polite and constantly conscientious and reserved and indirect in English? Just listen to my rants and you'll probably find out, right? If someone asks me a direct question that is purely meant to be offensive, I tend to sound like what Japanese would typically do in a face culture, right? So that's kind of like experimenting and whatnot. And I love when, you know, people get an opportunity without the fear of quote unquote being judged, I suppose. I mean, like, that's such a stereotypical misconception. Judgment and interpretation, deduction happens regardless if you want or not. It happens. The idea is you can choose to act on it or not. And for me, I like to encourage a safe space. I know this is still a public forum, so you want to be cognizant of what you're sharing. However, if you can share articulately in a public space, then I have all the confidence that you'll go a long way. So that's kind of what I would encourage people to do. And tomorrow we're going to be starting a new project. So we concluded one project, place it with a new project, and stay tuned. It's going to be a very different experience. I haven't ever done it before, so it's going to be a lot of yap in the beginning again. Maybe a little bit less so of a yap because I don't really know what to say. These things are coming up more often now, so I'm really excited. I don't know what trouble I'm going to get into. And by trouble, I mean, I don't know what challenges I will encounter doing this. Like, more on that tomorrow, right? So, for now, good luck, folks, if you're going to watch this later. 谢谢, right? ありがとうございます. And until next time, right? またね. じゃあね. 再见. 晚安. And I'll catch you next time. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye. 晚安. じゃあね. Have eyes.